guys, welcome to Truth Talkin Thursday. Jim, Jane, and we're ready to yak. So Jim knows that I love quotes. One of the things I do on my blog is Word Crush Wednesday, and I've always loved quotes and words of inspiration, I guess, whatever term you want to put on that. So today, Jim brought me a quote. So Jim, what's your quote?
Basically, when we can give away all that we thought we wanted, we are truly free. And it made an awful lot of sense to me when it came to me, and I thought about it, and I thought, well, that was worthy of offering to Jane for her collection. So, yeah, I truly believe that, because we're constantly searching for freedoms, and they're sometimes really hard to come by. And I think what we often do is we overlook the simple ones, the easy way to develop freedom. So we think that it's a complicated thing. We've got to go through some kind of therapy, or we got to go through some kind of an experience of some sort before we can actually experience freedom, and we don't. It's sitting in all of us, and all we have to do is kind of arrange that formula in our heads and live it. I think it's pretty easy to come by if we're truly looking for what it is we truly want. And oftentimes the things that we want are just that. They're not needs, they're wants. And we spend a lot of time pursuing things that we want as opposed to what we need.
I think that it's a huge inspiration, I guess I would say, to me personally, because I think that lately I've been, I guess, not really focused on, but realizing maybe that I'm very thankful for my independence and freedom now. There were many years where I didn't have that, especially emotionally or mentally. And when I look back from this vantage point, from where I am now, it seems very obvious to me. And when I think about that saying, you know, my life is so very different from where I was even 4 years ago. And I think when you step back, sometimes let me just digress a little bit. Sometimes I think life gets so full, confusing. I think things pile up. I think we allow things to pile up, and I think that pulls us away from what we do really want. And I think when we take a step back from filling our needs, if you will, and realize what we truly want and what's truly important to us, I think that's where this comes in. Because I think we realize that, you know what, we would be willing to give away all of the things that we work so hard to have or to acquire or to get. We would truly give them away for, say, our health, or the health of somebody that we love, for mental and physical freedom, you know, not to focus on something negative or bad, I guess, if you will. I only have my experience to go on, and when I think about where I've come from as far as some of the things that were the most important to me that ended up not part of my life anymore, and they were my life. When I think about the things that I used to do and the people that I surrounded myself with, and how they're not in my life anymore, those things. And well, maybe I should qualify that. They are in my life, but in a different way than I ever anticipated. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I really don't want to drum up a whole bunch of yucky stuff, I guess.
yucky stuff.
Well, you know me. I know me. Some of you out there watching probably know me and probably know some of my story. That's not really the point that I'm getting at. The point that I'm getting at is here and now. This is where I am. I believe that everybody has some sort of, I don't know if trauma is the right word, maybe just upset. You have things that happen in your life that really suck. I don't know how else to say it, but
Well,
in a nutshell, that's
Pretty clear.
it, right? But like, you have two options, right? Curl up in a ball and say I can't, or say, you know what, square my shoulders, I got this. There's really no other option.
Own it.
And I think that's kind of the point that I came to before I was willing to give everything up, to realize I'm not going to be the victim.
Yeah.
I'm moving forward. I can admit these things happen to me, but I'm moving past that. I'm moving forward. I'm moving on.
Yep. I think anytime we are able to make a tough decision and feel good about it, we've done the right thing. And it may sound kind of simplistic, but it's not really. It's basically what I'm getting at here is we've made the right decision for the right reason.
Yes.
As opposed to doubting the decision we just made. Oh, geez, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to regret this. I just know it. When we tend to make decisions that we begin to second guess, we've probably, not always, but we've probably made that decision out of a need as opposed to, or a want as opposed to a need.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
And when I can make a decision about something and I feel good about it, I know that I've made it for the right reason, and so lies the freedom for me.
And that feel good doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean that it doesn't bring sadness. It doesn't mean that there isn't sorrow and pain and hurt. It doesn't mean that. I know, because I can totally identify with what you said. I have no regrets about two of the most major decisions I had to make. And that's not a cocky no regret thing. Mm-hmm. That's just a realization, as you said, Jim, that that was a decision that had to be made. And you know what? It took me years to make it. And it was so, so painful. I know you and I have talked about this. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to cry. I can still remember the feeling I had of being lost. Just so nothing was the same. Nothing was what I was used to. I felt like I had nobody. That's not true. I had good friends, I had family, I had my children, I had lots of good things. But it hurt. Those choices hurt, but not once did I have a regret or a questioning or did I do the right thing. I knew it was the right thing, and it almost made me sorry that it was the right thing.
Those are the decisions that create mental health problems, stress, anxiety, panic. When we make decisions that we're really questioning, and there's a part of us that know that we've made it for the wrong reason, that's when we get sick. Because we drive ourselves crazy. Like you say, it doesn't mean that the pain and the hurt goes away or it doesn't exist. It certainly does, but it's a pain and hurt that you can tolerate. It's one that you'll work through, and then the decision will be one that you come to appreciate how you made it and why you made it, and you'll move on from it an awful lot faster than you will one that you kind of putzed with.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I totally agree. So thank you for that. Thank you for that quote. Thank you for the reminder. I think every once in a while, when you're struggling through things, you need to know that. You need to be reminded of where you come from and how far you've gone. Mm-hmm. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful for Jim. But don't let that go to your head.
No, it's just my hat size grew a couple inches.
Anyway, so have a great week, everybody, and we will talk to you next week.
Thanks for stopping by.